All right, more circles. Yesterday we basically had a review of circle vocabulary and circumference and area, if I remember right. Today we'll add a little bit more. What's it called if you guys flip all the way around, like on a skateboard or a scooter? It's a 360, right? So if I've got a full circle, how many degrees is it? 360. So all of the angles in a circle always sum to 360. So that's pretty key. We knew all the angles in a triangle sum to 180. Now we'll know all the angles in a circle sum to 360. So we'll do this first part right here. And it's got to come from the center. For sure, it's got to come from the center. Measure of angle 1 is 95. Measure of angle 3 is 115. How on earth will I find the measure of angle 2? A couple different ways I could get there. For sure, add them together and subtract from 360. Or take it and take away both of them. Right? It's just a little calculator work, and my calculator's all the way over there. What'd you get? 150? All right, that was super friendly. Wow, I like the next one makes us work a little harder. This time it says angle 1 is 2x minus 3. And it says angle 2 is 5x minus 14. And it says angle 3 is 5x minus 7. And it wants us to solve for x. And so I've got to be able to make an equation. I've got 3 angles, maybe not a pretty number, but I have 3 angles. And what do I know all of those 3 angles add up to be together? 360. So I can say 2x minus 3 plus 5x minus 14 plus 5x minus 7. All together, when I add those, they equal
12x minus
360. So you're already combining my like terms. Good.
12x
There's a 12x, negative 3, negative 17,
yeah.
negative 24. All right, I'm going to pause for a second, let everybody get caught up with their notes. And we would add 24, add 24, I'm going to move it over here. I'll get 12x is 384. So Mia, you already divided. Divide by 12. Divide by 12. X is 32. How do you feel about that? Good. That is grand. Another little piece that you'll think is just as friendly. Okay, it's the second half, so of course it can't be all we're doing. Right here. The arc of a circle is what goes on the outer edge. Okay, that makes sense. So first of all, let's label some of these. If I've got a minor arc, it's less than 180, which means it's smaller than half. So I could say that that's a minor arc. What's another minor arc? I could say AB, yep. Another minor arc is BC.
And what if we find the measure of the arcs?
We'll get there. Let's cover this first. Thank you. Use green, maybe. All right, now we'll talk about a major arc. Bigger than half. All right, so there are a couple of different ways we could look at this. And there's a way that we have to talk about these. If I say arc CB, do you notice a problem? I could go in this direction, or I could go in that direction, couldn't I?
Yep.
Well, I want to have the major arc. I want the green one that I just highlighted. So to make sure we go in the right direction, we have to use all three letters. We've got to give it the path to follow. So we would call it arc C, AB. And this is how we note it. You guys are used to, oh, I should have, why didn't I did a straight line up there. Those should be curves. Those are arcs, not segments. That's my bad. I apologize.
Okay.
What is another major arc?
CBA.
CBA, for sure. And you guys know that a semicircle is half a circle, right? I can't illustrate that on there without drawing another line, but you know that it's half of a circle. Now, Megan was about to ask me about this sentence right here that I circled and then didn't even talk about. The degree measure of an arc, okay, we just talked about what arcs are, is equal to the measure of the central angle. So the measure of one is the same measure of the arc. And I'll show you what I mean. So name a major arc and a minor arc. We did that. Right now it's telling me that the measure of angle 1,
What's semicircle?
semicircle is half a circle. So if you need to put that down, half a circle. The measure of angle 2 is 137. And it says it wants to know the measure of arc ABC. It told me which way to go. We've got to go this direction.
So it's just 1 plus 2. So
It's just 1 plus 2. Yep. So the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2. So we would say 92 plus 137 is...
No, 131. Wait, no. I'm glad. 22. It's 229.
I put a 1 instead of a 229 degrees. Now I'm going to add one more little piece. What is the measure of arc AC? How am I going to figure that out? I don't know the measure of, this is what I'm looking for, this guy right here, right?
It's
All right, so I'm going to do 360 minus 229.
130.
5, 1, 3. So, whoops, wrote on my table. So if 131 is the measure of angle 3, what is the measure of the angle of the arc? 131. Wyatt, you want to ask me now? Is that it? That's it. There's a little bit of a review from what we did yesterday.
The question is, what's the measure of ABC?
We already answered that one,
Our
Yeah.
ABC is 229.
right? We got 229. And then I added another question so we could find the measure of arc AC.
Boom.